and today we have a reading for you about two people that are approaching a romantic situation very differently. I actually feel like this could be two different people interested in the same person, and one is way more like give me space, and the other one is wanting more time. But it feels like someone wants to pursue the person who's less available and is not as interested in the one that's saying, I miss you. So it could be a little bit of an awkward love triangle, or someone trying to figure out how they feel about, two different people and why they feel the way they do. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a good day. It's Friday, isn't it? Happy Friday. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. I might actually just take 2 seconds and turn the fan on because it's hot in here. All right, sorry guys. That's what happens when you light 4 candles, I guess, right? All right. What should we start with? We're gonna go with the Pause Tarot and see if we find out that there are, in fact, 3 people involved in this situation, or, a little bit of a love triangle. Oh, I'm happy for you, Redbeard. How's it going? And I appreciate the pun, Rick. So we've got 9 of Wands, Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the Hierophant. Yeah. We have someone who doesn't know who to choose with the Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Hierophant. So whoever I'm reading for, you are this 9 of Wands. Hopefully you don't actually have to do any mopping or sweeping right now. But this is basically saying that someone is trying to take a step back and look at what's going on as far as the romantic interests, and finding that one person is all set, ready to go, very serious, wanting more time, and the other person is pulling away or wanting space. Sorry guys, I think I need a sip. 'Tis early in the morning. Hello, Mike. Probably. Or I don't know, rhombus. Shout out to Tiana. Hello, Air Energy. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? It's one of my least favorite things, Hey, Psalm. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, but it looks like this is not the channel for you. Hello, Tanya. How are you doing? Are we talking about the reading, or do you mean why I had to take a sip? It's hotter than I expected. I keep thinking it's gonna be cold in the morning, but yeah, it hasn't been. So we have the Knight of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. So it feels do I choose the relationship that's easy for me to get because, person number 2 seems really interested. But at the same time, we have someone saying that person who doesn't seem to want to hang out as often is, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, is the one that I really want to be spending time with. But they're nah, not interested, or, give me some time, Hello, is it Evelina? I hope I said that right. Maybe it's Evelina? I like that. Hello, Mustafa. Hello, Khan. Thank you for subscribing. Hello, Andre. So we've got a reminder here, whoever this reading is for. First and foremost, you don't have to choose either of these individuals. You could choose yourself. You could choose quantity unknown or quality. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be. It's a blank space. Because from what I can tell, you don't really want to hang out with this person who's saying that they miss you. You feel like they're a little bit much or there's something off there. So you've been keeping them at a distance like this other person's been keeping you at a distance. Feeling trapped pushes me away. Please give me some space. So the question becomes, are you actually wanting to chase someone? Are you actually wanting to get into a relationship with somebody that you're not entirely sure you're interested in? How about option C, you do you? That's just my opinion, but let's see what else we get. So the Queen of Cups in the reverse is the person that I feel like you like more, but they are difficult or, you know, they have too much of a scheduling conflict right now. And then the Hierophant is the person who's like, let's do this, and I don't feel like you're as interested in them. Page of Wands. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, this Queen of Cups in the reverse, they're saying now is not a good time. They've got too much going on. Maybe it has to do with work. Maybe it has to do with friends or family. Hello, Robert. Hello, Ravi. Hello, King Kong. Thank you for the floating heart beast. Hello, Shruti. How are you doing? Hello, Con. I'll do the personal questions around 30 minutes in. I would just ask, please do not repeat your messages. Let's see. Hello, Priyanka. How are you today? Local Dev feeling and next action. I hope you had a good chat. And next action. And Priyanka, you'd be first on the list for that. Hello, Arul, how are you doing? Hello, Bruno. Ooh, I think you were the one that gifted the flowering heart, so I'm just gonna add you. Hello, Steven. Hello, Charlie. Hey, Air Energy, please make sure I can understand what you're commenting. So if you could translate it to English, that would be nice. Hello, Johannes. How are you doing? Hello, Lucifer. So we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands. I feel like this is saying that there's this option with somebody, but maybe you're only physically attracted to them, or maybe there's something that gives you pause, pause tarot, because you know that long term you would disagree on something, or you would have a different approach to the lifestyle. It's like, I don't know if I really want that. Yeah, Page of Cups in the reverse. Star in the reverse, Six of Wands in the reverse. So like, why you gotta choose either of them? Choose yourself. Page of Cups in the reverse is like, I don't know if I really like that person. But it's like subtle. It's not, it's like I can't put my finger on what I don't like about this person. It just feels like there's something that's unhealed about them, or I don't really feel drawn to them. Chemistry is not an easy thing to describe when it comes to romance, like why you're attracted or whether you're attracted to somebody. And I think we have to be as respectful as we can be, but you know, you're either into someone or you're not, right? Oh, thank you for the additional floating heart and the makeup brush. Oh, thank you, Rick. Hello, Sakarsi. How are you doing? Or is that, I think that's an I at the end. Hello, Dira. Please be respectful in the live chat or I will block you. I hope you're having a good day, but kind of feels a little dismissive how you're saying that. It's Friday. Do you have fun weekend plans? Hello, Michelle. How are you doing today? Happy Friday. Six of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Wow, this Page of Cups keeps coming out. Yeah, there's two people here. I don't know who to choose. You don't choose either of them from where I'm sitting, or give this first person some time and see if they actually are like legitimately interested, right? Five of Swords, Three of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the World in the reverse. I feel like the person who's pursuing you more assertively, or the person who's saying that they miss you, this is someone who doesn't really tick all the boxes for you. And I'm not trying to encourage you to be like overly picky, but if you already feel like meh about someone at the start of a connection, is it really a connection? Is it? Oh, be careful with that B&E there, Crab. Hello, Living Adventures. How are you doing? Oh, you said George. What's up, George? Hello, Michael. How are you doing? I sure hope so. Hello, Fod. How are you doing? Hey, Gary. I'm going to remove that and let you know that you're wrong about that. Black magic has negative intentions. We here are trying to make sure that we have some positive energy, a place to reflect or connect with people who've gone through some things that may have changed their perspective. So yeah, just make sure you're contributing to that, okay? Hello, Anthropal. How are you doing? Hello, Monica. I'm gonna put you in just a little bit of a timeout because you've repeated your message 3 times in like 10 seconds. Please be respectful to the other people in the live chat. They don't want to read the same thing over and over again. Strawberries. Excellent. I like strawberries and bananas. It's a perfect combo. Hello, Renee. Hello, Silvio. Hello, Ruben. How's it going? Ace of Wands in the reverse, King of Pentacles, and another Two of Cups. Ooh, kind of feels like you're into this first person, but it's like this Queen of Cups in the reverse, who's also come through as the King of Pentacles. This is why we don't focus too much on the gender in the cards, because this is the same person, but they're coming out as Queen and King. They're not exactly well-versed in emotions or communicating those emotions. I do feel like they could do a better job of explaining what's going on in their life right now. For some of you, this could be a person who's trying to decide between 2 people as well. Maybe has not told you that. But we have other things going on in this person's life that make them say, now's just like really not a good time. And I feel like your interest levels towards this person increase. Like if you were a smoker and someone took away your cigarettes, you know, you'd probably end up with a headache, right? It makes me feel like this person could be a little bit manipulative, especially because the Queen of Cups in the reverse is a card that talks about manipulative energy. So just be cautious. I'm a little concerned that like neither of these options is really ideal. 3 of Wands. Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So take a moment for yourself. You know, go hang out in nature or fly on a grasshopper. Get out in nature. Think about what you want. Because, you know, unless you're like Christmas shopping, is there really such a time crunch? You know how you go into a store and you're like, I'm bound to find something for my brother in here. You know, it's a giant warehouse. And you go in and you're like, this all sucks. Then you have the decision, do I go to another store to find something because I have to be able to mail something soon? Or do I just give in and buy something that I know that this person may not really like, but I sent you something, so you better be grateful. This person is the unwanted Christmas sweater, and I'm sorry to say that, but you're not interested in them. The second person, the Hierophant, who's like, let's do this. So, you know, don't buy clothing if you know it's not going to get worn, kind of thing, right? Oh, it's not my dog. That's funny, Bunny. Hello, J Mark. Hello, Kristen. How are you doing? Hello, Gareth. Yes, that's true. Hello, Donna. Hello, Lunar. How are you doing? Oh, I really hope that did not happen. I do the personal questions starting around 30 minutes in. Like to make sure that I get the general reading, you know, kind of in its completed form before I move on to the personal questions. But I do prioritize those questions from folks who have donated or tipped. And I do like to do some free questions, just kind of depends on the actual question. And I will say, you know, being polite goes a long way. There's some people who get a little bossy on here, and I don't know, makes me want to get a little sassy. But thank you to all those who have been so sweet in the live chat. And thank you to the moderators. Hello, Zatsuka, how are you doing? Oh, you haven't irritated me at all, Lunar. You're just fine. No reason to apologize. There are just people who, you know, like, get real, like, do it for me now, you know? And it's like, I don't wanna. This is the Tarot of the Nile. Hello, Pizza Demon. How are you doing? We've got the Two of Swords. Two Swords is a crossroads decision. Do I go left or right? Or should I just not choose either of those? Yeah, see, this person who seems to be very focused on you and see you as the person they want, they're direct about wanting a relationship or wanting to go out on a date. This is someone that you see as like a friend. Three of Pentacles. You're like, nah, you could stay like an acquaintance. Just stay over there. So please don't get into a relationship with somebody that you're already wanting to be distant from, you know? Oh, well, I'm so glad you found it. Yeah, the whole thing's a magic trick, Bob. What magic tricks do you have? Hey, what's up, Carmen? Happy Friday. There's two Carmens in the house, you guys. Double your pleasure, double your fun. And I get the Two of Cups when I said that too. That's hilarious. The Two of Cups just keeps coming out. And the Two of Cups is a card that talks about close friendship and love. And it feels to me like you got someone that you consider to be a friend who would like to make things romantic, and you are not interested in that. It may have even made it difficult to be friends because they're not shifting back to that mindset. Or it could be someone that you met at work, right? And you're just kind of like, I don't know. And maybe you feel a little bit guilty. You know, there's a horrible way to tell someone you're not interested. There's a respectful way to tell somebody that you're not interested. They're probably going to be mad at you either way, or they're probably going to be irritated, right? Sorry. Can't do anything about that. But if we at least seek to be respectful and say, you know, the gist of what it is, I really think I would be upset if I were to lose you as a friend, and it is too much of a risk in my mind to try to take things to the romantic level. I would prefer to stay friends unless that's something you feel you can't do at this point. Give them an out. If you can't be my friend because you're thinking about a relationship, like, maybe we just have to accept that that's not a thing, you know? By contrast, this person who is like, I'm busy, I can't talk to you, I don't have enough time. It feels to me like they're avoiding the conversation that you need to have with this Hierophant. Moon in the reverse. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yep. Truth? What do you mean truth? Do I have to tell you that? No, I got a lot going on right now. That's all. I promise. They're hiding from the conversation. Don't be that person. Look, we throughout life are going to have hundreds of lame, awful, awkward, make you itchy kind of conversations, and that's just how it is. There's good times and there's bad times. There's awesome conversations and there's poopy conversations. We just have to deal with it, right? But if you can rip that Band-Aid off and you can handle things like a boss instead of cowering from them and being like, I don't know if I want to talk to you, Bubba. You can navigate things with less drama, believe it or not. Because otherwise people get resentful, people take things the wrong way, people get more obsessed with you when you were like, no. Communication. I think this is telling you it's time to tell someone that you're not interested in them, and maybe be a little bit open to others beyond this Queen of Cups in the reverse, King of Pentacles, who seems to be a little bit distracted or uninterested themselves. I feel like when you tell the Hierophant, the person who you're not interested but is interested in you, maybe you're slightly interested, but you're more like, I feel like when you say it's just not a thing, somebody else comes into the equation who's like not on the extremes of the spectrum, right? Oh, somebody who's like reasonably interested in me and I'm reasonably interested in them? What? I didn't know it was possible. I thought it was always going to be difficult. It shouldn't have to be that push and pull where one person's obsessed and the other person's like, okay, I'll hang out with you. I'm sorry, but if it feels like you're doing me a favor to hang out with me, then you could go hang out with other people. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? Thank you for I think they call it rejoining, because subscribing is the other level, but thank you, Laura. This makes me concerned because my reporting on memberships has been off, so I'm going to email you. Hello, Gus. How are you doing? I see perhaps a non-believer. That's okay. You're welcome too. Just try not to be I'm asking you not to be a little negative, and I see that we already have been. I put you on just a little bit of a timeout. It's totally fine if you don't believe in this stuff, but maybe don't comment on the readings, because then you're going to teach the algorithm that you would like to see more of the things that you supposedly don't believe in. Otherwise, if you want to maybe just take a chance and see if there might be something to it, I will be starting personal questions in a little bit, so that would be an interesting experiment for you, right? Hello, AOP. How are you doing? Okay, okay. Look, sometimes when there is something in front of you that you don't want and you hesitate to say that that's just like not your thing, you miss out on something that would be right up your alley. I'm not going to tell you to go to somebody's, house and reject the dinner that they've made for you. And set the things aside a little bit and eat what you want. Maybe you don't like mushrooms, that's okay. But if we're talking about romance, if you've already got the kind of like face, don't do it. If somebody is not being direct with you or communicating about their level of interest, if they don't want to at least let you know when they could hang out with you, take the hint, right? It is my personal belief that if somebody has to cancel an event with you or a date with you, a time that you were going to see each other, and they don't follow it up literally at that time with but I would be available next Sunday or next Tuesday night, we could go grab tacos at our favorite. If they're not trying to reschedule the next thing because they maybe feel a little bit guilty about canceling this thing, then I'm going to wonder, like, do you really just not want to see me? Because you have words, you have thumbs, you could text, you could call. Yeah, I don't know. This seems to be, it's like if I'm not interested, then do I say something or do I just let it end awkwardly? I don't know. If you're not interested in this Hierophant individual, then it's best for you to communicate that in a respectful way, because it seems to trigger or like manifest in for you a better option. I have to give them clothing. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why people do that. I think I'm gonna get scared. You think this is my first time around spirits? First of all, I was a bartender. Second of all, I read tarot, bro. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? Oh, we don't have one of those here. I think you might be thinking about, like, euchre. It's like my favorite game ever. Whoop. Justice, Judgment, and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Don't get caught up in a connection with someone you're not truly interested in, and don't wait too long for somebody who's unwilling to communicate their truth to you, because you might miss out on somebody who's like the perfect fit, or somebody who is going to give you the right amount of attention and has some emotional maturity. So communicate, communicate, communicate. I feel like I'm kind of repeating the same thing, but you still love me, right? Hello, Rally. How are you doing? This is the Fairy Lenormand. And we've got the book and the mice. So I do think this Queen of Cups in the reverse, they're hiding something from you. And I do think that they're going to, at some point, express disinterest or continue to procrastinate or feel like it's not the right time. So it feels like the message is, don't chase somebody who's making it difficult for you or who is not clearly communicating what's going on. Some of you will say, I'm not going to chase anybody, and that's fine. But this is the Garden, which talks about the community around you, and it's hinting at there being other people that are interested in you. Why do I think that? Because it's a bunch of because it's a fairy Lenormand, right? There's a bunch of fairies flying around Statue of David. Pretty sure that means there's someone who admires you. Someone else. Yeah, they're waiting to see what you do with this situation. I don't know if they know that you're talking to two people or more, but this is someone who's like, when you're done with that person, I'll say something about being interested in you. But for now, I will sit over here. Because they feel like there's already too much going on for you. So this interested party, I don't know that you know about them. They have felt like it's the wrong time, so they haven't said anything. You got a few people interested, huh? You got some good weekend plans? We have new love. Chance for new love is on the horizon. I told you. Don't spend time wishing for something to be a better option than it is. Instead of looking and like scanning, maybe there's another option. Because it doesn't seem like either of these two are the right one. Oh, look, you guys, I have a card from a different deck in here. Yeah, harmony, peace, balance, happiness. As long as you don't waste your time with somebody that you know it's not going to work out with, and let go of that Queen of Cups in the reverse that you seem to be interested in but isn't really doing right by you. We got some forgiveness that precipitates or brings in this loyal partner. So let go of that person who's wasting your time, or both of the people who are wasting your time. Don't waste anybody else's time, at least, right? Because at the end of the day, you might think, oh, well, it's better to be with someone than by myself. But how can you say that it's better to be in a connection, even if it's like kind of a lame one, when you encounter a soulmate or someone that you could see yourself with versus encountering that person and being single? Hey, I think you're great and I want to hang out with you. I just have to go break up with my boyfriend or girlfriend real quick. Is that cool? Don't do that. We don't need the like, you can be my temporary thing. That's my opinion anyways. Temporary could end up meaning that you miss the boat, that you don't get with that person that you're supposed to be with, right? All right. This is the Cat's Eye Tarot. Hello, Z, how are you doing? Yeah. I don't know. Trash is one of those words that always makes me go like, ooh. You just want to make sure that you're being respectful towards others with your time, right? All right, so I'm going to go to those personal questions. We've got Priyanka up first, then Beast. So for Priyanka, what are Mokul Dev's feelings towards Priyanka today? Two of Wands in the reverse, the Hanged Kitty in the reverse. Someone who's being stubborn. Knight of Swords in the reverse. I think this is someone who feels like you're not being honest. Four of Swords and the Empress. This is someone who's trying to figure out your feminine side, your loving capacity, and the compassion. I feel like this is suspicious of you. Wheel of Fortune. Such a good depiction of the Wheel of Fortune. We have cats that are running down the wheel, but I think this is someone who's wondering whether or not things could go well, being a little bit suspicious, still allowing for something that could potentially go. But I think the Empress is like the ideal. Like, this is what I'm looking for, and if you don't measure up to this, then I'm not interested, right? Can't even spell it right. It's disappointing. Hello, Amanda. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Ooh, please don't repeat your questions. I see we already are doing it again. Just a little baby timeout. Please don't spam the live chat. It's annoying, you know? Aw, Dano. Watch my channel for 30 seconds or watch one video. I think you can tell when somebody's being genuine, if somebody actually cares about people. Do I need to have like food to like buy food and, or money to buy food and stuff? Yeah. That's why I take tips and donations. But to say that it's like evil, that's a bridge too far, my friend. I would encourage you to approach others that have different beliefs from you with more tolerance and love in your heart. I think that's what Jesus would ask of you. You may find that people who have differing beliefs from you are very worthy individuals or people that could help you understand yourself in a different way. Instead, if you judge them and push them away, I feel like you lose out on so much opportunity to see things with different perspectives or understand how life is, I don't know, it's a woven, intricate, like quilt, you know? So, yeah. I would agree with that, Gus. Yeah, let's treat each other with respect, right? I think that's the best choice. You are almost next, Beast. I do have one more question for Priyanka, which is, what is Mokuldev's next action? 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. He's trying to figure out whether or not to offer you a relationship, offer you love. He wants to see whether or not your approach to love is similar. See how we have with this 10 of Pentacles. Thank you, Redbeard. I appreciate you. These two cats look very similar, and this card can be about family, right? I think this is someone who's wanting to make sure, if I were serious, if I made an offer to you, would you be this Empress? Would you be that loving energy, right? So it's a little bit on the fence, a little bit stubborn, but trying to figure you out. Isn't it? I'm wishing you luck, Priyanka. And let's move to Beast question. Will the case be dismissed on December 2nd? I don't see it being dismissed on the 2nd. 5 of Cups in the reverse. Five of Wands in the reverse. 4 of Cups in the reverse. Just like an adjudication. I feel like there's an opportunity for an adjudication. I feel like while it isn't initially dismissed, there is some request for introspection and showing that you've learned something. Maybe there's even like an educational request. Hold on, let me write these down real quick. But I do still feel like there's a possibility for a not horrible ending. So basically, if we can figure out that this was not something that is part of a pattern, and we can, you know, watch you for a little bit and you don't repeat that, then we're going to dismiss it at that point or remove it, right? Yeah, that makes sense, Priyanka. The stubborn energy and the not really knowing if he can believe you. He needs some time with that Four of Swords before he can figure it out. That's like pensive energy. Sorry if that looked like I was flipping you all off. Beast, I am absolutely sending you positive energy. Just remember to be very measured in your words and follow the directions that may come through, because I do think there's a way you can minimize the impact. Hello, Noten. How you doing? Redbeard, let me know if you would like me to pull some cards for you. And I'm going to add Dana, energy check-in with Bond. But, oh my, thank you, Gus. That is a very generous tip. I feel like one question isn't enough. You let me know, but thank you so much. Do you have a specific question? Hey, Junior, I don't like your tone. I get to decide what is worthy of my time. And if I'm able to brighten someone's day or help somebody build up the courage to leave an unhealthy, toxic relationship or living situation, that is absolutely worth my time. I feel awesome about this, so check yourself. Hello, C. How are you doing? Hold on, I want to see if I got anything from Redbeard. Redbeard, would you like me to pull some cards for you? Give your cards away? All right. Sending you a big hug, Redbeard. Thank you. So I'm going to do Dana's question real quick, and then we've got See the Gray asking about how the ex feels about you. Any chance in the future? So See the Gray, feel free to thank Redbeard for the donation. I might do more than one. Just depends on how much time. Oh, it's only 7:17. That's not too bad. Hello, señorita. General advice for Gus. Sounds good. And thank you so much, Gus. And Priyanka, we've got is Mokuldov committal. And his finances. Thank you, Priyanka. I'm just nervous I'm gonna run out of that. Okay. So first we are going to do Dana's question. Then I'm going to do See the Gray's questions, pull some general advice for Gus, and then I've got a tip from Priyanka that I'll follow up on. All right, so for Dana, what is the energy check-in with Bond, please? Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Nine of Swords in the reverse, and the Queen of Crystals or Queen of Swords. This feels to me like somebody who is acknowledging what has been responsible for a run of bad luck in his life. Basically feeling like, okay, maybe I should have handled things differently. Maybe the reason things have been a struggle is because I haven't approached things the right way, or I haven't communicated things the right way. This looks like accountability and ownership, intelligence and wisdom. So I love all of that. How does this impact the connection? This feels like inching closer to understanding what would make it possible to be in a long-term relationship and make that work. I do feel like there's hesitation because we have the Chariot in the reverse. Ooh, we got one from Lunar. Thank you, Lunar. Did I? Let me know. Oh, have a good day, Carmen. Let me know, Lunar, what your question is. I think you had typed it at the top, but I'm not sure if I could be able to find it. You want to know if I think Gandalf the Grey is a good wizard? Oh, I don't know if we have time for that one. Dana, this is not to be rushed, but I see there being an understanding shift or a mindset shift that helps him to understand what is the right way to approach a long-term relationship and what I could do to avoid being, unreliable. So continue to allow the development and the perspective shift. And I feel like he'll reach out or he'll approach things, Knight of Jars, when it's ready. I'm thinking of like canning and how you have to let things sit for a little bit. But I hope that goes well for you, Dana, and that you have a fun weekend. All right, so we've got C the Gray up next. How does the ex feel about C? Nine of Jars or Nine of Cups. Death. Four of Crystals or Four of Swords in the reverse. This feels like I want you, but I don't think it works. Nine of Jars is like wish fulfillment, but Death, this is like someone who's saying what I want has changed or what I expect has changed. Is there still love? I don't know that this person still views you in that way. Eight of Wands in the reverse. I think there's been a shift for them, like they've gone through an ego death or, they see things differently. So it's like, I need you to see life differently, otherwise we won't be able to see eye to eye. Three of Jars and the King of Crystals or King of Swords in the reverse. There's something here that makes your ex feel like you don't see things the way that they do. So if there's an opportunity for you to go through some spiritual awakening or some personal growth or a period of introspection, maybe it's therapy, maybe it's spending time in nature, maybe it's, forgiving someone in your family, those are the kinds of things that would get you closer to this person. But I can't guarantee that that's going to reignite. This is just someone who feels like you look at things too differently, Is there any chance for reunion? Not without change. This person feels like you don't see the world the same way. But if you are too focused on your personal growth, your financial stability, the things that make you feel good about yourself, but also help you to be more aware of what's going on around you, then this person would look at you as more of a contender because that isn't a block anymore. I think it could also end up being that if you focus on those things, you may draw in somebody else who's interested in you as well. So it's a good plan to work from. Hello, Vic. How are you doing? Is there really any movie that's better than the book? I don't know. I feel like a lot of movies ruin books. I like to watch them, don't get me wrong. I appreciate them as their own entity. But I don't know, the book's almost always better. See, I wish you luck, and I'm sending you healing energy. I believe in you. So we have Gus up next. I'm going to switch to a different tarot deck. Gus is looking for general advice, and we'll go with the Tarot of the Cat People. Yeah, that's fair. I'll allow it. Hello, Membered. How are you doing? Oh, I hope that changes for you, Ruiz. Gus, have you seen my cat tattoo? What about this one? See, there's a cat right there. I was standing in line at Walgreens one day and somebody, a complete stranger in line after me, said, "Wow, you really like cats, huh?" And I had just gotten my tattoos within like the last 6 to 12 months. Wasn't really used to it yet, as far as the second one being added. And so I was like looking at him like, what is wrong with you? And then I realized he could see both my tattoos, and yeah, that probably would be comment worthy. What do we have for Gus? The Chariot, the Five of Cups, King of Cups in the reverse, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. This looks to me like we have somebody who has been arguing or no contact, or there's been some emotional distance here. This person is questioning whether it's time to reconnect. There's been some grief or remorse over this distance. I do feel like this is someone who you either consider to be family or someone who wants you in their life long term. With this Ten of Pentacles, I'm really like drawn to the fact that we have like a small cat and a big cat. So it's like you've known me through stages in my life, right? Well, really, we have 3 cats. We have small, medium, and large. Hello, I'm Large the cat. So I do see that there's going to be communication coming through. And I think that you may be a little surprised. Because I feel like with the King of Cups in the reverse, this was somebody who maybe told you, like, I never want to talk to you again, or, you know, just very pushed you away kind of energy. But now we have somebody who's looking at the situation differently because they're feeling out of their element. So it's like I am looking to you to remind me what it feels like to be around people who care about you. So I think time has softened someone's anger. So hopefully the communication goes well. And thank you for the tip. I really do appreciate it. I've got to check to see what Lunar said because I got a tip from Lunar, but I did not see a question. Does anybody see it? Ooh, there it is. Is he cheating on me? Oh, I really hope not. I will ask for you. Is Lunar being cheated on? Is he cheating on Lunar? Yeah. I am sorry to say that it would appear so. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is deceptive energy. 7 of Pentacles is investing. So I'm hiding from you that I am building something with someone else. Three of Swords in the reverse. 6 of Pentacles. I don't know if it's much consolation for you right now, Lunar, but I will tell you that you will heal from this, and there will be a day where this person regrets what they did because they see you happy and in love with someone else. They're going to regret how they acted towards you when they see you being treated the way that you deserve to be treated. the best thing you can do, Lunar, is focus on things that help take you to the next level. Whether that is working on your fitness or your nutrition or your education or saving up money, or it's take that energy back to yourself and don't give it to people who are grateful for it, you know? Sometimes reading helps, or music. Get out that anger. Forgive is, I think, a big part of confidence too, right? I see you, grind hard. I gotta make sure that I get both of those. But I'm sending you a big old hug, Lunar, and remember that you deserve good things, and at some point this person's gonna regret what they've done. All right, so for grind hard, we had 2 tips. Let's start with the first one. I might have to Oh, and I didn't come back to Priyanka. I gotta go to that one next. Y'all are keeping me busy. I like it. Or was it grind hard that tipped before Priyanka? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I think it was Priyanka first and then Lunar. Okay, so forgive me, I'm gonna do Priyanka first and then grind hard. I'm gonna come back to you because I did write that down, but I skipped over it. Apologies, Priyanka. So, is Mokul Dev capable of commitment? Seems like right now, no. At this point, it's like, I don't know. Feels like it would be a mistake in his mind. But this is a decision that's like ongoing. So I feel like right now, afraid of commitment is probably an accurate title. But in 2 weeks, 2 months, it might be a different story. Probably more like 2 months. But this is nervousness for sure. Hesitant to trust people kind of thing. How is his money or his financial situation? Stop. Okay. King of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, and the Moon. He's got more money than you know. This is somebody who's pretty comfortable. And this is probably why there's some concern over being lied to, or someone who would potentially be unfaithful. This is someone who it's like, if I'm giving you a nice life, I expect to be able to trust you 100%. So yeah, I think finances are really solid for this person, but trust is difficult to come by. All right, time for Mr. Grindhard. The first one we've got is the wifey Micah thinking about me now. Is Micah thinking about him now? Ooh. Almost dropped them all. Okay. Not right now. 9 of Wands in the reverse. I feel like we had the 9 of Wands yesterday. The Lovers. So this is like trying to let go of some resentment or some anger from a different situation. But with the Lovers, there's still this like softness towards you. 9 of Cups and Justice. There's a decision that needs to be made by her, and that's something that she's going to be thinking of. It's just not happening quite yet. Has the friends asked about Grindhard? Yes. With the Queen of Cups, which is the card that talks about friendship. And the Queen of Wands. Wow, that was the jealous friend, right? Yeah, there are definitely friends asking about you, and let's see how the jealous friend feels. The jealous friend feels like they've been discovered. Hermit and the 5 of Swords. Someone knows that I was being dishonest or had like the wrong motives. So I think she's kind of clammed up or been dealt with. Is the jealous friend now giving him a chance? Yes. Someone came in like a wrecking ball. I hope you get my joke. It's pretty lame, but you know, miles better than other ones. Oh yeah, Gus, you deserve better than that, and I'm sending you a big ol' hug. Does the mom know about grind hard? No, because there have been situations in the past where, like, I tell the mom and then I lose the person. This is like I'm afraid to tell. Maybe a little bit superstitious. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Mom is real picky about finances. Mom's gonna ask some tough hitting questions or hard hitting questions about what you do, how much money you got. That's what she wants to make sure you can provide. Is our bond strong? Is their bond strong? Yes. Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like incremental movement, but it adds up over time. There's some card games that I play. Well, actually, it's a dice game where I play like more conservatively, where I want to get a little point or a couple of points every time, you know, 50, 100, 200, whatever. Where some people are holding out to try to get like 500, 800. It's like you don't realize sometimes those little things, they add up, right? You're making incremental moves. It's like your determination is working. I think you've done well as far as making sure your pacing is right and trying to make sure you're not moving too fast. It's allowed for her to have some introspection and think about what's going on with regards to previous connections that may influence her perception of you and letting go of that baggage. I do feel like there could be a friendship ending here. And then we have the Ace of Cups and the Devil in the reverse. So I think this is contemplating being in a relationship, being with you, moving in, how things could go. And with the Devil in the reverse, there's an assessment that you seem to be a pretty reliable person. So I like that. Oh, good morning, Lee. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. What was the real reason X bailed out on Sage this weekend? Let me get that for you. What was the real reason X bailed on Sage? Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Four of Swords in the reverse. The Hierophant. The Wife. Is this about an argument? It looks like the ex found out about the wife lying about something. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse. He's very suspicious of his wife right now. Either money is missing or she has been spending time with someone who is not an approved friend. Hello, Nomad. How are you doing? Hello, Corbin. That's an interesting question. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Aiden. Oh, I'm happy for you, Grind Hard. I hope that goes well. So Lee, we've got someone who felt like they couldn't do anything, but it has to do with the wife. And I would guess you were told something different because it doesn't look like it was an honest communication regarding that. I think that she's hiding money. He may have found out about it, or he may have found out that she's entertaining someone else, but he's mad at her, and that caused the issues. All right, I gotta go eat something. I love you all. I think I got all of the questions. Appreciate you. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and thank you for hyping the video if you're able to. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.